The masterpiece you will appreciate today is Mongwoo Joseph Kim's Tiger, a size 100 canvas painting created in 2015. First, today I would like to explain the background of how this painting came to be created, focusing on the artist's circumstances leading up to this work. Originally, in his youth, Mongwoo was a left-handed artist who enjoyed considerable popularity with his portrait paintings. He was just starting to receive good responses in the United States and had caught the eye of small to large overseas galleries and auction house officials with the possibility of becoming a great portrait artist. However, galleries only wanted specific popular paintings of his, and the artist lamented the soulless paintings created merely by technique. One day, declaring he would not paint soulless paintings on commission, he struck his left hand with a hammer and began painting with his right hand. After that, he made constant efforts to abandon his techniques, styles, and preferences that reproduced objects and were subordinate to Western art. However, the world did not recognize the new paintings he tried to create. Nevertheless, the artist was seized by a passion to paint works imbued with the Korean spirit, collecting antique art with his remaining money, visiting temple walls to see Buddhist paintings, and developing deep interest in folk paintings, court paintings, Goryeo Buddhist paintings, and Goguryeo murals, secluding himself for a while and immersing himself in his own time, as if possessed by something. Just as Moses was led by the Holy Spirit to Mount Sinai to receive the commandments, he would suddenly rise and climb unknown mountains, receive some inspiration, and paint. However, as he tried to become right-handed, his hand was not accustomed, and because his knowledge, wisdom, insight, discernment, and experience were not deep, he entered into unimaginable, solitary anguish to elevate his realm, like Bodhidharma's wall-gazing meditation. At that time, spending too long in solitary time, he lost the ability to speak, and even now, his speech is slightly awkward. While painting this way, sitting too long in a chair, his lower body became paralyzed, and pus formed on his buttocks. From painting, his fingers, wrists, elbows, and shoulder ligaments all gave out. While painting, the artist suffered from all the troubles in life. Worries and fears in his heart kept rising like waves, and reality kept pressing him, demanding answers, seeing himself suffering from his mind's state, reacting to reality. One day he began painting tigers to suppress his turbulent mind. He thought that only when his mind was calm could the power of inner joy emerge. This painting came from that process and can be seen as the pinnacle masterpiece. Among his tiger paintings, he was moved by the Korean paintings of past and present, realized that the national spirit was carved in color and depiction, and resolved that this spirit would be revived through his own body. He wanted the great depictions of the nation not to stop in the past, but to continue unfolding in today's art. Meanwhile, he uniquely began to study extensively about feng shui, physiognomy, the book of changes, religion, history, and culture in general, which seemed unrelated to painting. There was a thirst for knowledge about ancient national art and Eastern spirit, but in hindsight, he also wanted to avoid depicting any negative energy in his paintings, and only paint blessed and joyful emotions. However, since it was study motivated by interest rather than as a professional, he studied everything that caught his attention without focus, following his heart's pull, staying up all night. For over 10 years, he read so many books. His eyesight deteriorated. Then he began painting tigers. And Mongwoo's tigers are not scary. They are warm, deep, and dependable. He began to remove killing energy from his paintings and put in life energy. One day, while drinking tea and painting tigers with a famous tea master, deeply versed in art, that person told Mongwoo that day tigers bring fortune, while night tigers can bring harm. So after searching through old and new materials, wanting to include only blessed emotions without any possible negativity, his tiger paintings came to be depicted as day tigers. That is why Mongwoo's tiger paintings became day tigers. He painted the great, stabilizing energy, like a mountain, that would calm and suppress all situations and storms of reality. with compassionate and peaceful, yet courageous and brave, strong emotions. And if you look closely at the painting, two magpies are hidden in the tiger's eyebrows. No matter how warmly the tiger is depicted, because its energy is strong, the magpies deliver joyful and auspicious news to the tiger. So the tiger's energy seems to become gentle. He depicted the tiger as large as a mountain. Just as the morning sun shines on a mountain, it seems to deliver to us the bright and clear mind of heaven, gently and firmly. Art historian Oh Jung Yopi